In the heart of a misty old town, nestled between towering bookstores and antique shops, stood Harrison's Timepieces, a clockmaker's workshop that had been there for over a century. The shop was run by Edwin Harrison, an old man with silver hair and sharp eyes, who knew the heartbeat of every clock he had ever crafted. To the townsfolk, Edwin was simply a master of his trade, fixing old clocks and crafting new ones with an artistry that seemed almost supernatural. But no one knew his secret, not until Samuel Gray, a young journalist, came knocking one rainy evening. Samuel had been researching the town's history and stumbled upon an eerie pattern. Every significant event in the last 100 years had coincided with a clock leaving Harrison's shop. Fires, accidents, even the sudden disappearance of the mayor a decade ago, each incident was linked to a clock made by Edwin. Curious, Samuel entered the dimly lit shop. The air smelled of oil and aged wood. Clocks of all sizes ticked in perfect harmony, their hands moving as if in conversation. Edwin, sitting behind his workbench, looked up with an amused smile. "You look like a man with questions," Edwin said, his voice deep and calm. Samuel hesitated before asking, "Is it true that your clocks influence time?" Edwin chuckled, but his eyes darkened. He leaned forward. "Time is not as rigid as people think. A well-made clock doesn't just tell time, it shapes it." Samuel felt a chill. "What do you mean?" The old clockmaker picked up a small brass pocket watch from his desk. "This one, for example. I made it for a businessman who wanted to speed up his success. The day he bought it, he made a fortune overnight, but within a week, he lost everything. Time doesn't like to be cheated." Samuel's heart pounded. "And the mayor? He vanished the day he bought a clock from you." Edwin sighed, running a hand over the gears on his workbench. "He asked for a life free of burdens. I gave him a clock that stopped when his troubles ended." Samuel shuddered. "You mean?" Edwin only nodded. The journalist stood up. "You're playing with forces no one should control." The old man smiled sadly. "Perhaps. But tell me, Samuel, if you could change time, would you?" Samuel hesitated. The memory of his lost brother flickered in his mind. What if he could turn back the clock? Edwin placed a small clock in front of him. "Take it. But be careful what you wish for." Samuel left without it. As he walked back into the rain, he felt the weight of time pressing around him. Some secrets were best left untouched.